All right, so we are taking a look at Dungeons and More dice, and I am joined by the developers. Hello, everyone. Hey, can you hear me all right?
Hello, I can hear you.
Okay, let me just.
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello. All right, so let's go through one at a time and just if everyone can introduce themselves and talk about their role on the project.
Sure. I'm the artist for the team, and I did the arts, some of the designing for the itch page, and some voice acting that you'll see in a second, and yeah, and also some of the game design. We all took part in that.
Okay, nice. I'm gonna just sort of scooch this over a bit so we can see who's speaking. All right. And then I guess we can go to Mofang.
Right. I was pretty much responsible for testing and support and some, I guess, idea cracking and brainstorming and all that. But yeah, that was pretty much it.
Okay. And
Was my
yeah, go ahead.
And I'm the one of the three programmers of the project, and I'm responsible for almost everything except for the enemy AI.
Okay, nice. I do hear that the game actually has voice acting in it, but I'm going to turn that down a bit so it's not getting mixed up with anyone. But yeah, so let's get right into it. Can we talk a little bit about the inspiration behind the game?
I think that was mostly so Ibrahim had an idea about a bullet hell with the dice that like gives you certain effects, and from that we like kept branching, and, like kept troubleshooting and just like throwing ideas and seeing which one stuck. And after we had that, I was like, hey, maybe this could fit like the D&D theme well. And I'm a big fan of the show Gravity Falls, and I took a huge amount of inspiration from that. If you did watch the show, you'll notice a lot of the references. And also Enter the Gungeon, I kept that I kept that in my mind like the entire time we were developing. We took a lot of inspiration from that game.
Whoa, I I was shooting that die a whole lot, and I'm not sure if I was supposed to or just like shoot it the once. Oh my goodness! And there's a whole lot of
Yeah, the game is pretty challenging. We didn't have a lot of time for balancing or any of that.
So am I playing the post-gen version? Because that's what I downloaded off the page.
No, that's the very first version.
Okay, yes, which I was warned in the
And
initial submission is pretty hard. Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
also have the
and there is
secondary.
a secondary weapon if you press the right mouse button. It's a little stronger, but you have to click every time you want to use it.
Okay,
It's not automatic.
got it, got it. Oh, there we are. We're dead. All right.
yeah, you're gonna die a lot in this game if you don't know what you're doing. But I have seen people beat it in like 13 minutes, so there's that.
Wow.
Yeah, some people are crazy.
Well, I will do my best to show it off, but like, my goodness,
There is a final boss at the end, so watch
Oh,
out for that.
we're not going to see that. I'll tell you right now, it is not happening.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I will do my best, but again, like the focus is on the
No
interview.
worries,
In
no
fact, let
worries.
me make sure I've actually got the link to the game shared here in chat so that everyone can try it out if they would like to play along. Yeah, there we go. Second death.
Yep.
I'd recommend you gain the movement speed and then you just try and
Yeah, just
eliminate like
manipulate RNG.
yeah, and then like try and just keep eliminating the die so you won't get re-rolled because I think, in my opinion, the movement speed was the best one.
Yeah. So actually, like a main mechanic of the game, which I thought was cool, is that if the die rolls, it can roll four different effects, and one of them is like bad. It's inverted controls,
Oh,
but you have the choice, and it like keeps rolling every once in a while. And you have the choice to like destroy the dice before it rolls because it may have a chance to give you a good effect, but it also has the chance to give you a bad effect. So basically, you have the like randomness in your hands a little bit of that.
yeah. Okay, I'll keep an eye on that. But
And we didn't. We did want to make a little more effects, but to be honest, most of the important game mechanics were like done like 5 hours before the deadline.
Yeah, we barely got it working.
And the boss fights, yeah, there were some problems with the boss fights. You can explain it, Saad.
Oh yeah, so like the boss fight, I explained more in like the devlog, but like in like the final, I think 3 hours, I swear to God, it was so hectic, and we barely got the main mechanic of the boss working. We just kept like dropping features until we got a final build working, and like we just kept trying to track down a bug that just appeared out of nowhere. And it was hectic, but we got it working in the end, which is I think all that
And we
matters.
could have just kept all the features because the bug was that for some reason the values in the inspector didn't get applied to the values that were used in the code.
Yep, Unity is extremely weird sometimes. By the way, a tip for like the bosses, you can use right mouse button to like shoot the crossbow,
Yeah.
and if you just stay far away from them, they won't shoot you back. I mean, they will, but like you'll
There's
move around their bullets.
so the only thing is like you have to let go of left click to fire the right click, and oh gosh.
You do?
Yeah, you can
Yes.
select them,
That was
can't select them
interesting.
both at the same time.
You can press space to dash right now.
I also just managed to resize every single window on my entire computer, so I don't know what shortcut that was. So I'm
What
not
the
going to
hell?
use the throwing thing.
Oh, you just got mauled. Rest in
Yeah,
peace.
I know, but like, what the heck?
Yeah. I hope you can hear the music because that's
I
a
can,
highlight of the
yes.
game in my opinion. Great.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't know there was a shortcut in Windows was just like resize all of your windows and break everything.
Whoever added that must have been very mad at the company.
Okay. So yeah, so I don't know if I'm pressing like some combination of like weird. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what that's happening, but I will just stick with the basics, even if it means I'm mostly gonna get killed. So
You can use like the corners and the hallways to your advantage, so you can just shoot them from far without them doing damage.
yeah, I see that I can kind of give the AI the pathfinding some
Yeah, the AI isn't that
trouble.
smart. It's pretty dumb, honestly. Coming percent.
Yeah, you can
Well,
also like
it's not really smart, but it has aimbot.
Yeah, it compensates with that, and the bullets don't like have a drop off, so you can just like shoot off screen.
Yeah, but
can
we
al-
fixed all of that in
No,
the.
you didn't get an effect yet, so I don't think there's a need to. There we go.
We fixed all of the problems, or we're working on it in the meantime. We already like make a system for.
And your
we
dead
made it so
body is
that
moving out.
yeah, we made it so that enemies don't have like aimbot anymore. That some are less accurate and stuff.
Another thing you can do is you can try and cheese the enemies by like placing your character in a way that like, well, you can pretty much shoot them and they can't shoot you, and that's probably like easier now.
Yeah.
I was able to do it before. And
Yeah,
yeah, it's
it's
probably
like this game, like with most like shooters, I've had comments. There's a comment on the inch page that says this game is not that hard. It could be harder, and it just comes around to like the more you play it, the more you notice the little cracks in the wall. I'm not selling the game very well here, but that's just the truth. Like just to prove that the game is very beatable.
Oh, well, I'm sure it's beatable, but like you just you have to learn exactly how to play, and like when you first pick it up, it is incredibly punishing.
Yeah, and I think like that was part of the design process too, because I really enjoy challenging games, and I didn't really have a say in the balancing, but um, like the fact that it was challenging, I think I don't know, I enjoy that because then like you have a like a really strong sense of accomplishment when you finally beat the game.
I think that works for some players. I
Yeah, it's not for
I-
everybody, which is why Dark
Yeah.
Souls had a lot of controversy surrounding it.
Yep.
There's also this one problem that I saw in many videos and streams, that when players get the inverted controls, they just hide behind the blocks in the corners of the level and stay there
Yeah,
until
they
they're
can wait
gone.
for it to pass. Yeah.
And honestly, I do it too.
I think it's a
Yeah,
good idea.
I tried to not to do I tried to not do that the first time I beat the game, but I ended up like kind of doing that anyway. But yeah,
I think
I wanted
full-on inverted controls is just it's very difficult to deal with.
Yep. You can use the right mouse button. It does insane damage. I haven't seen you use it once.
No, because it broke every window on my computer. Remember?
The crossbow broke the.
Yeah, like just apparently trying to right-click resized every single window on my screen. So I
You can now dash using space, and you won't get any damage while you're dashing.
okay.
Wait, really? That's a feature?
Yes, you won't get any
Oh,
damage.
yeah, I
I-
don't think that was intended, but it actually
No,
happened.
it actually is intended.
it is
Oh,
fantastic.
it is. I thought it wasn't.
Great job.
Doesn't matter. I still die.
It's a feature, not a
But
bug.
what isn't intended is the
Oh, yeah.
spit, the green spit that just staying on the ground for a few seconds.
Yeah, and the fact that the text like keeps switching between random ones before deciding on that wasn't intended. It looks cool, but it
Actually,
wasn't.
I actually figured it out and fixed it already, but I can remake
No,
the text
implement.
effect.
Yeah, just redo that.
So, what other changes are you bringing to the post-gen version of the game?
Well, we're planning to expand the boss heavily because it's right now it's literally just one phase.
Yeah, it's extremely easy.
Yes, and maybe not easy, but very lame.
I mean, I
A
didn't
little
get
bit of a
damaged
push,
once.
little
so-
bit of a pushover, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. I didn't get damaged once, so.
I do have like a really nice idea for how we can expand the boss. Do you think we should tell them? Said?
Sure. Get them excited for the final release.
Okay, you can do it.
Yeah. So there's an dice at the end, an infinite dice. So I'm just saying this right now because I have little hopes of you beating the game in the 30 minutes we have, or rather the 15 minutes left. So it's an infinite dice with a lot of different sides, and each side could represent a specific attack. And they randomly get chosen, and they're all like have their special abilities and gimmicks, which I think could be very fun. Like we could like really the scope is very large, and like the possibilities are limitless with this, so we could really make something special.
And we of course want to fix all the bugs, all the problems,
Oh, yeah.
add more enemies,
On the actual
weapons.
Yeah.
And I already started like balancing the weapons. They don't have an infinite range anymore.
I noticed somebody in the chat appreciated the gargoyles, which is wanted to comment on that. Very cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they've got a lot of
I would say
personality.
though, yeah, I would say though, like the feature about the worms, maggots, whatever they're called, you know, spitting the like.
I have no idea what they are, and I made them, so.
Yeah, you know, spitting the acid. I think it's good that the acid or goo or whatever. I'm not really sure what it is that they.
It's a thing. It's a green glob. I don't know.
Yeah,
Spit. I'm pretty
the
sure it's
glob.
like.
I think it's good that they stay on like the ground, because without that, I think.
Oh, you're doing great progress actually. This is like if you just stay far away from the minotaurs, you'll be good to go.
Yeah, this wave's the easiest one. They just
Yeah, this
they're
wave's the
really
easiest one, but
slow.
then after it, you gotta be careful because we combine like gargoyles with minotaurs,
Okay.
and then it becomes hell. So just be careful.
Yeah, so I was thrown off by the minotaurs when I first encountered them, because from when we were developing the game, I think you guys intended them to shoot more, right?
We did. I actually like if I had more time, because I thought in this jam I would be the artist and just focus on the art, but I had to do like a lot of, I don't know, just little, basically like some design stuff. So I didn't have the time to focus a lot on the art. But like I wanted the tanks to function in more like instead of one giant bullet, they shoot like a what is it, like a shield of bullets. if you know what I mean, like a lot of them in one large area. So now they're kind of like weaker than the slugs.
Wait, why didn't you tell me I could have done that?
Because we didn't have time. I was like stressed out of my mind trying to get an actual working game in the in the 4 hours that we had.
I do notice that sometimes, like as the like randomness is being decided, like it feels like my controls are inverted, even
Yes.
though
Yes,
that's not
that
the
is
actual.
also unintended, unfortunately. I think the
I don't
boss was
know.
on it now.
Yeah, I don't know if you used Unity
Oh,
before,
what?
but
One more step. All right. Okay. Oh, this
don't
is the
know if
hell one. Oh, careful.
I don't know if you used Unity before, but there's this function called update, which runs every frame.
Yeah.
And basically, what causing the
Go and
bug
go.
is that the function which is choosing the random effect gets called every frame for like the amount of time that the text is being displayed.
Yeah, so while it's rolling your effects, you're essentially having like, well, all the
I'm
effects
pretty
at the
sure you
same
could
time.
fix that bug by like not doing the effect while changing the text and just like choosing
Yeah,
it.
we can keep the visual effect, but not making it like actually
Yeah.
affect gameplay.
All right.
Okay,
I
got
think you
two
I think
inverted
you
controls in a
found out how
row.
to cheese the enemies, so I think you're good.
Hmm.
You got inverted controls, not
Twice in a
very
row,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, inverted controls really seems to. But once I got it, I think 3 times in a row while on the run.
Oh, you reached the boss.
You reached the boss.
Well, at least we can
You
see
reached the
it.
boss.
All right.
Don't know if I'm gonna finish it, but
Just be careful and don't die. Very
it
good
looks like
advice.
staying away from far. Oh my god.
Careful. Careful. For some reason you're not taking damage. Okay.
I think I was just okay.
Oh
I
no. Oh
definitely
come
got
on.
hit sometimes there.
Oh,
but
okay, okay.
All right.
It's
Just.
because what you
Alright.
were
Oh no.
describing.
No. Come on.
You
Come
know,
on. Come on.
you could wait for the next dice, and maybe it gives you protection.
Well, the thing is, as the die is rolling, you basically have protection because
Do you?
it's triggering, and then I was getting hit, and then I was like,
Okay, you got protection. You can try to attack it a few times
Yeah.
now.
oh, did I kill it? Oh, yeah, there we go. Congratulations, you have defeated the interdimensional dice and freed this realm from its grasp. Soon enough, after the dice lay destroyed, you return to your D&D table surrounded by your friends. You frantically retell your adventures and continue on with the game. However, moments later, you gravitate towards the mysterious dice once more. D&D has been make-believe for far too long. All right.
Oh, yeah. For some reason, Sad switched to the general voice chat. I don't know if you can like
Oh,
move him
yeah.
back.
There we go. Good.
Sad.
Sad, you're back.
Sad you here.
Might be experiencing some Discord issues.
Yeah, I think that has definitely happened before. Yeah, I think he crashed.
He's back in general
wait.
again.
Yeah, I'll keep
Yeah.
trying to add him back in.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, we're good.
Hey,
Yes.
fantastic! Give you the game.
Yes.
Nice. Nice.
All right. Well, let's continue on. Do you want to talk a little bit about the development process for the game? Like, what was the order in which you actually like implemented everything that we're seeing right now?
And then let Ibrahim say that because I wasn't part of the coding. So.
Well, I think the first thing we did was the movement, and I don't actually remember much of the things we did. I know the last thing we finished was the boss. The effects were finished like around 5 hours before the deadline, and the enemy AI was made by a person who's not in the voice chat right now.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really tell you much.
Okay.
As for like the art process, like for my art, I would prefer to pick a theme
Mm-hmm.
and then draw stuff around it because it makes stuff much easier. And so I just picked the D&D theme and was like, hey, let me just draw a wizard because he's weak and this game's gonna be hard. Because it's a stereotype that wizards are weak in Dungeons and Dragons. And then I just kept like drawing stuff around it. And as for the gargoyles and like the minotaurs,
Hmm.
I just like drawing like weird monsters because I find them very like interesting. So I just drew some weird stuff that would fit into the theme. Um, and yeah, and like as I like added stuff, Ibrahim would either implement it, or if it was related to the main menu or something like that, I would just go ahead and do that because I have experience in coding, so I can just do that by myself, which speeded up a lot of the development process, so they didn't have to worry about like unnecessary stuff.
Yeah, that's
So
good.
yeah, that's basically it. And we we uploaded stuff to Twitch. Very hectic, and yeah, we got an actual game working. So
Why did you decide on having the like spear or like crossbow as the right click weapon?
I think that was my decision because in Enter the Gungeon, there's a character which has a crossbow, and I thought that would fit the theme well. So I just decided we'll have a crossbow. And we wanted like the mechanic of having a weapon which you do a lot of damage in. I mean, you can shoot a lot, but don't do a lot of damage. And the weapon where you can shoot not as often, that does a lot of damage. I think that's a good dynamic to have in a bullet hell.
The only thing I would say that I think you can still fire the crossbow a little too frequently if it's supposed to be like a high damage trade-off.
Yeah. We didn't have a lot of time to balance. Actually, we had zero time to balance
Yep,
or
no, I know the
playtest.
feeling.
Yeah, like we barely got the main features of the game, like the dice roll that you see now, and the text effect. Ibrahim, when did we actually like get that working? It was very,
Uh,
very
the
close to
dice roll, yeah, as I said, like I don't know, 3 to 4 hours before the
exactly,
jam ended,
and it
and
was the
the
main mechanic
waves,
of the game.
like which enemies are on which wave,
That
that
was
was also
tough.
decided very randomly. I was just like, okay, now this enemy goes in wave 1, wave 2. I don't care, man.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's why that's really unbalanced.
Do you have any plans to make any like different arenas to fight in, or do you think you're still going to keep it like all in this same level?
Actually, the original plan was to have different levels. I wanted like at least 10, which is kind of hilarious that I think about it. So we just like stuck to one arena with like semi interesting layout. And yeah, there was actually a pillar in the middle which you
Mhm.
had to like walk around. That caused us problems, so I just deleted it.
Yeah, that caused
I remember.
the boss who was shooting bullets, the pillars made the bullets just disappear when spawned.
Well,
And we
not
had to delete
disappear.
it.
They actually got it stuck on the inside of the middle pillar.
Yeah, it was not fun.
All right. Well, if anybody has any questions from the chat, now would be the time to ask them. But just in the meantime, we'll ask if everyone, all of you who are here, can feel free to drop any links to anything that you'd like to share in the chat. But if you have any
Oh,
other
sure.
projects you'd like to talk about in the meantime,
Projects, we're gonna keep working on this game, like at least do the vision that we had for the jam, and then I'm gonna work on other projects, start to improve like my skills in game dev in general.
all right, sounds good.
I'm gonna drop down like a link for a devlog if that's fine.
Yeah, please
Is
do,
it
please do.
is that good? All right, fantastic. It like highlights the like the development process and all the hectic stuff that I noticed. I think it's worth a watch. I can't actually wait 1 second. I can't actually like put in Twitch. Give me a second.
Yeah, it's okay. I can. You can also drop it in the Discord chat, and I can paste it
Oh,
in.
great. I'll do that. Should I do it in the DMs or?
Yeah, that will work.
All right, great. Here we go.
Well, contrary to everyone's original impressions, I did actually beat the game not once but twice.
Yes, it's a very deceiving game in terms of difficulty.
I think that something that you can try to address in the post-gen version of the game is the fact that it's like really hard at first, and then once you get a feel for it, then like you kind of learn how to cheese the enemies, and if there's something you can do to make it so that it's a little easier to get started with, but then
Yeah,
it
the
doesn't.
difficulty curve is not a curve at all. I think it's a cliff at this point. Oh yeah.
There was one small thing I noticed as well. Like, I'm not sure how the level is constructed, but are you using a composite collider
For what?
for the walls and stuff?
I'm using a tile map collider.
Okay, but do you have a composite
See?
collider attached to the tile map collider?
No, I don't even know what that is.
Oh, okay.
Easy.
There is a way to like take all the different collision maps that you've generated with the tile map and sort of amalgamate them. And I would recommend that because there are places along the wall where you're just like running and the character will get stuck on what
You
looks
do
like
get
nothing.
stuck. Yeah, I was looking for a. Oh, okay. Go ahead. Continue.
I
Please.
think that was caused because the player had a box collider and not a capsule collider, and I changed that in the version we're working on currently.
It's like these corners here that I'm like running up against. You'll see it on the stream in just a moment. But I think there's something like poking out about the geometry of these like
No,
little edges here.
that's actually intent. Like the little corners, they have colliders of themselves. I don't think that should be a thing, though. I don't think they should have colliders.
Okay, yeah, I would recommend making those just decorative because it can be kind of a
Yeah,
surprise.
I will. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It doesn't make sense to
And
me.
then
though.
otherwise, I think there's like a seam like here that I managed to like bump into like down
Yeah,
on the.
you
I
can
guess,
get stuck in the walls. Yeah, it's weird.
yeah.
I
So yeah,
wasn't
I
able
think
to
switching
replicate.
to that composite collider will definitely help. But
Sure. So the composite collider like generates one collider for the entire tile map. Is that what you're
I think
saying?
that's the idea. It'll take the tile map. It's been a while
Mm.
since I've looked at this, but I'm pretty sure that is on
Looking
my
at the
first draft
documentation right
document.
now, yeah.
But yeah, so just if anyone is not aware, I have a link here to this 120-page document that is called Unity Quick Reference. So you can take a look through that, and it will mention basically any problems that I've been able to solve in Unity. I paste into here. So
Oh,
that is
fantastic.
about all the time we have for today. So thank you so much for joining me, and best of luck with the post
Thank you for having us.
jam version of the game.
All right.
Thank you.
We'll do that. Thank you.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
look
thank you.
forward to seeing anything that you and your team like works on in the future. Please feel free to submit it.
Will do. Will do.
All right, bye for now.
Bye bye.
Bye.